It's early, but we're ready. We got it. Got the cards in here. Got the camera stuff in here. Got some snacks right here. Got some caffeines right here.
And today is the day. It is the Austin card show. I'm on the way there. Going to meet Matt from the Golden Octagon. This table was $200. Am I going to be able to sell more than $200 to profit from that? I don't know. I honestly don't think I am going to. Just from being there in the past, there was just so little UFC that I don't know what the demand is going to be for this, right? But I do know that some viewers that are in the area are coming by. That's going to be awesome. Potentially we can maybe trade, see what they have. Maybe I'll buy something off them. I don't know. I'm not really trying to spend too much at this show, if I'm being honest. More so trying to sell and trade, but never know. Be cool to meet those people. Also, I'm going to, if you mention the channel, the first people that mention watching the channel, I'm going to be giving you a free tap scan frame from AJ over at Tap Scan Collectibles, and that's going to be sick. Hopefully I'll program that for you. It should be fun. Also, if I see J Money, aka UFC Card Fiend there, potentially he was coming, I'm going to be giving him a few things. I got a Volkanovski thing that I'm going to be giving him, and I'll probably give him also a Charles Olives card, but we'll see if he's in the house today. Should be a good time, man. Excited. So hopefully my goals today are to meet some people that watch the channel, make a trade, and then hopefully make a sale. If I could profit whether it's $1 or anything, that would be super sick, man. This is the journey to the card show. But first, we feast. I honestly don't like Starbucks drinks, but I think that their breakfast is solid. Got some potato chive egg bites and a little Sammy. Let's do it. In the wild. Hey, who's that? That guy's famous.
It is.
All right, so I'm on the left, unprepared with nothing. Matt is on the right with literally the entire entire card store. All right, so filming inside the card show was horrible, but me and Matt had a great time. And the big question was, am I able to do a few things? And one, am I able to sell cards? Two, on top of that, am I able to recoup value with a $200 buy-in on the table? Three, can I trade? Yes, we did all three of those things. Let's start with first selling a few cards. All right, so me and Matt get in there. We set up our stuff. We're ready to go. VIP hits, and we got a big high roller coming by trying to buy slabs. He's wheeling and dealing. We're trying to get a deal done, and he doesn't want to pay full price on anything, but it's fine because I was able to sell him a bunch of cards that I did not want at all, that have been up on eBay for basically years. I sold him 2 Aljo cards, Aljo True Rookie, a Aljo Mojo, PSA 9. Sold him a Renat Fakhretdinov, who is no longer in the UFC. It is a Gem Mint 10. It is a white sparkle. That's a really nice card. But I was worried, will I ever even be able to sell this again because he's not in the UFC? Is he going to be in the premier organization for MMA fighting? To be determined, right? So I was very happy to get rid of that. I sold a Armand Saruki and Cracked Ice SGC 9. I also sold a Giga Chikadze, which that has been up on eBay for years, and it's only been up, no one has ever looked at that. I also sold a Kamaru Usman card that has been up there forever. So I was absolutely hyped to make that deal, and right off the jump, right off the rip, I make a $290 sale. He also buys a few cards for Matt, which is pretty sweet. So on the value ticker, we're gonna update that. We're plus 290, baby. Was a great start to the show. And then throughout the day, the boys come, the cavalry comes, and we talk and we chop it up. Those guys were awesome. They were doing trades. They were buying and selling from each other. I sold a few cards. I did a few trades. Let's get into it. First up, we had Jerry came by. Jerry came by. All these guys had crazy cards with them. Jerry comes by. He sees my Ilya PSA 10 silver rookie, really nice card. Did a video, you know, with the PSA send off that came back, a Gem Mint 10. So it's a really nice card. He wants that one, and I'm like, man, it'd be cool. Like, you have a lot of nice cards. Are you down to trade? He says yes. So I started looking through his cards. He has a 2011 Finest John Jones X Factor PSA 9. I immediately am like, this is a sick card because I have this card. I have this card, but it's raw. The centering is not great. And so I'm like, man, if I could get that John Jones X Factor, that'd be so sick. I could have it in the PC as a 9. I could then potentially try and sell my raw. So that's, to me, that's a big upgrade already. I'm like, okay, that's one that I want. Now the pricing on that is still not quite as much as the Ilya, right? Because Ilya, it's a rookie card. So I'm like, okay, what about, and I looked through all his stuff. He has an incredible collection. I'm like, what about 2 Sapphire selections? He has 2 Sapphire selections. I say, dude, I was contemplating completing this set. I already have a Kayla Harrison, so this would be 3 out of the 10. I'm like, what about those 2? And it's a done deal. He says yes. So we inked the deal, baby. So it was the 2 Sapphire selections, 2011 Finest X Factor John Jones for the Ilya PSA 10 silver rookie. Really fun trade, man. And I love trades. And then that's where Cam comes in. Cam comes in. He has an absolutely insane collection as well. I really enjoyed his completed Midnight base set. I'm going to flash the video up right now. He had some really fun rainbows, and this base set in particular I thought was really awesome, man. You guys know I like completed sets. There's just something cool about seeing that many cards that are the same all together, and being able to check the box to say that you got every single one is really commendable. So shout out to you, man. That was really awesome and a really fun experience looking through that set. But Cam's a big JDM fan, and I had the JDM 2024 Topps Royalty that I pulled on the channel. It's a of 25 on card auto, blue, really nice. When I pulled that, I wanted like 2 something for it, and I've slowly came down on that price. So I was like, what about like a 100-ish? He's like, yeah, that seems about fair. I'm like, okay, let me look through your cards. It'd be cool to do a trade. And so I looked through his cards. I find 2 radiating rookies, Vitor Petrino and Daniel Zellhuber, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty sick. I was also contemplating completing the radiating rookie set. If you're noticing a theme, I'm completing too many sets at one time, but I'm not doing any other besides the Sapphire selections and the radiating rookies. And then I saw a Khabib My House from, I think, 22 Optic. It was a white sparkle, super good looking card. Super good looking card, really pretty. I'm like, dude, what about this? Would you do these for the JDM? And he's like, yep, let's do it. I'm like, okay, thank you so much, man. And so that was a good deal. And I feel like he kind of gave me a little bit on that deal. So whenever he came back, he actually bought Panini Instant Izzy. And it was a really cool card because that was the one where in Izzy's walkout, he had basically the Undertaker music going with the urn, with the smoke, with the hat. So he got that one off me, as well as a Panini Instant from Paddy the Baddy whenever he beat the Monkey King Jordan Levitt and Twerk and teabagged on him afterwards. And I believe I also gave him an of 99 Pandora as well. And so I was like, man, he really kind of helped me out on that trade. And so I was like, all those for 20? And he said yes. And I think hopefully I gave him a good deal on that. I believe that was a good deal. So shout out to you, man. That was really fun having and chatting to you about cards, about the UFC, and having you at the table. And also, we had my man Eli come by. And my man Eli, aka Out of 99, came by, and he was eyeing the Kayla Harrison, the orange of 25 that I hit in my Sapphire Edition box. And he was on the edge. He's like, man, do I want this? Do I want this? Like, what if she loses to Nunez? And I'm like, dude, I completely understand. Like, if she wins, this card's gonna go way up, probably because she just beat the greatest of all time. If she loses, you know, then it's gonna go down. So it was kind of funny being, you know, seeing somebody else be in that situation, because that's always how it is for all of us, right? When we're making purchases like that. Initially, I wanted $250 for it, which the best comp I could find was the 175 for the redemption, right? So obviously it should be worth more than the redemption, but he's the homie, so I was like, okay, let me drop it down to like 200. He was still contemplating it. He ended up pulling the trigger at 200 cash, and so add that to the value ticker as well, right? But I was kind of like, man, let me sweeten the deal. So I gave him a out of 99. He's out of 99, right? So I had to give him the Pandora of 99 of Amanda Nunes. So when they fight, whoever wins, he's going to be happy. He at least has, you know, a card from the deal. So shout out to you, Eli. And also shout out to Chris, a longtime supporter of the channel and a backroom member. What's up, dude? Also made a sale with Chris, who got a Kimbo Slice debut, Kimbo Slice rookie, which was pretty sick, as well as a few. I kind of threw him a few freebies. I think the Kimbo was valued at like 10 or 15, and he threw me a 20. And I am unprepared and don't know about being a vendor, right? Because it's my first time, so I did not have any cash, but I was able to throw in a bunch of other cards for him. And he threw me a 20. So shout out to you, Chris. It was great talking to you and great getting to meet your son as well. Also, a really interesting story that happened to Chris here at the show, and I think it illustrates the point that UFC is not quite as big as it should be, but that there are opportunities to be had within that space, within the space because of that. So Chris went and had a really nice Kobe, a really nice Jordan, and was able to make a trade. And he was able to make a trade and get a John Jones downtown, and he had two of them, John Jones downtown, and was it Alex Pereira downtown. So two absolute superstars. And I believe the total value that Chris had within the Kobe and the Jordan was $1,600. So $1,600, but he was able to trade for basically easily $2,000 with UFC cards. So I think it does go to illustrate that even though UFC is small, because it is small, sometimes dealers don't want that when they're at card shows, or just people in general don't want that, and they will get rid of it and will liquidate it for, you know, lower than it should be. All right, we're going. Look, we're on the move, dude. All right, I'm here with Matt, aka the Golden Octagon.
It's cracking.
The infamous, the famous. Look at the hand speed, dude. He's ready to go. We got the background, freaking Austin, looking beautiful. Fun time, man. Oh, dude, spinning wheel kick. This guy's got the flexibility of a newborn baby. What do you think, man? Made a few sales. Tell us about it.
Fun. I had a good time. No issues. I did feel like maybe I was under pressure a little bit. Like,
for sure.
Certain times, like the first guy, I felt so under pressure.
He was a shark.
So under
shark
pressure.
Visited us.
Got there. Soon as the card show opened, he was fucking VIP. He just went there. I want graded stuff, and just pulled out a whole bunch of stuff from you. Pulled out stuff from me that I didn't want to sell. 2 Valentina autographs, 1 gold, 1 not gold, and a Conor McGregor. Sold him all that for like $250. So maybe I could have got a little bit more from the Valentina autos, but I feel like Valentina's a person that she follows me around every set. I'm getting Valentina autos. So I was okay about that. So got rid of some Valentinas. Had 2 opportunities to sell one of one Izzy that I didn't sell because
which was priced at what? Tell them how much that is.
So I had it listed at $2,500, but I would have let that go for $1,500, and a guy here would have bought it. He said he just needed to trade, or he needed to go half on someone with it. So he
needs more funds. He needed
Yeah.
more funds.
Yeah, so he fucking wanted it, and then almost sold the John Jones downtown. I have that listed at $1,500, but roughly $1,000 was what I would have took for it. And the same 2 dudes that was going to buy it, they come back with a John Jones, and apparently some other dude there was selling John Jones downtowns plus another card for
on sale. It was on sale. It was crazy.
So good on those guys. They got that card at a steal, because John Jones, like the downtown itself, right now is like on like $1,000 or so. So getting an free Alex Pereira and a free Conor McGregor as well, dude. That's
insane.
crazy.
And you sold some Funko Pops.
I sold Funko Pops that I've had in my room forever that were just sitting there. $80 on 2 of them, and I just kind of gave them the other, or $140 total, and I gave them the other 2. So not terrible either, you know. So good overall experience. I would like to do this in San Antonio, where it's like I'm not traveling this whole fucking far.
The hassle is definitely adds a little pressure and a little stress to the situation. It makes you a little more tired. Dude, I'm tired right now. I don't know if you're tired too, but just being in that environment.
I feel like I stood up most of the day.
Yeah,
I don't know why. There's chairs there, but I was standing.
For sure. Yeah, man, but we were green, baby. We were in the green.
We were in the green.
I was curious. I'm like, man, we paid $200 for this table. I was really thinking maybe I'd make like $75. I was not thinking I was going to profit. ended up profiting. I'll probably have talked about that already before we're showing this.
Yeah.
But pretty interesting, man.
Yeah,
and,
I had
and
a good
definitely
time.
a good time.
I would come back. Like, I like that you're here, so I'm not here by myself. Like,
for sure.
being here by myself for
It would have been boring
time,
because there's a lot of dead time. We had some dudes come up to the table. I already showed that.
Shout out Cam. Shout out Chris. Shout out
Jerry.
Izzy
Card Collector. I believe
Card
Jacob is your
Collector.
name.
Yeah.
It's funny. I know all these guys by like their handles on Instagram.
Crazy, but shout out all of y'all for coming by.
Such a good time, dude.
Yeah. Shout out to Jack at KC. After the show, he actually asked some really interesting questions that kind of made me think of some different topics that I didn't hit on in this video. And the first question he asked was, what was the most surprising thing about being at the show? And it really kind of made me think in an interesting way, and maybe there's some value there. And one was that while there was very low volume with other vendors and UFC cards, I was surprised at some of the high-end stuff that the vendors had. For example, there was two John Jones downtowns, a Peloton downtown, and also a Dustin Poirier downtown. The guys that we were with, Chris ended up getting a John Jones downtown and a Peloton downtown for relatively cheap. And what that kind of made me think of is like, while the volume is very low, I do think that people are still trying to move those cards, and because they're not connected to them, because they're not tied to UFC, they don't necessarily collect it. They are looking to maybe get rid of those at a pretty good discount. But that kind of comes with two things. One, you're going to have to pay up, because while the volume is low, the cards that these people do have generally are high. We had downtowns. I saw a one-of-one Habib. I saw some one-of-one Leaf products as well, and Leaf cards. So like, they are out there. There's very, very few, but they are big cards usually when you see them in people's displays. He also said, what would I have done differently? And one big thing that I think I will do next time that I didn't do this time is, there are a lot of cards in my display that I don't plan on selling, right? I probably should still be bringing those out. I probably should be displaying those. I should just have a very high price tag, because I don't really want to sell them. But that kind of does two things, right? One, I'm opening myself up to an opportunity to make a massive sale, which we should be doing. And two, I'm showing off the value of some of these cards. And people still do not know about UFC cards, man. We had multiple people come up, me and Matt, and say like, oh, cool, like a UFC table, a UFC little display. And there was multiple people that didn't even know that there was UFC cards. There was a guy that I talked to that didn't know. I had multiple people's wives look at it and then be like, oh, like grab their husband and be like, look, there's UFC cards. So I think having those big cards on the table will kind of help like solidify that this is a legitimate sector. And I think we still need to kind of do that in this stage of the UFC card space, because people don't even know that the cards exist. And when they do find out that the cards exist, I want to, at the booth, have a really big card, have some big cards to show them that like there is some value in collecting in this space. And also just being open to a massive sale. Like my Habib, I bought it for about 2,000 cash, 1,000 trade value. I think that card's easily $4 grand, $5 grand now. I don't want to sell that. I want to kind of keep that forever or trade up into, a better first auto of his. But I put it on the table. I put it at, 10K, 8K, a pretty unrealistic price. But who knows, man? There could be a high roller that comes in that he's been looking for that card for months, and they don't pop up a lot. Maybe he throws down, a crazy offer. And Josh over at the 047 Sports and TCG Cards, like he always tells me, man, no card is off limits. There should be a price tag to every card. Because at a certain point, it does make sense to sell, and you can always buy in with that card later with some of the profits you had, or diversify in different ways. But obviously that's kind of, a tangent there. But I do think that is definitely one thing that I would have done differently. Jack also asked, was there anything you wish you had but you didn't bring? Yes, very, very much so. I was pretty unprepared. I brought some cards, but I honestly had no idea what to expect. I've never been a vendor. I definitely learned from experience, and making mistakes is a very easy and quick way to learn and remedy things that you did wrong. One, I should have had more cash. Now I was able to just Venmo them, right? But I do think that cash is king, especially at card shows. And there's something tangible. We're kind of socially programmed to like value cash. It's almost a survival line, right? And so I think there is a little bit more of a benefit of having cash on hand for change, for things like that. Also, multiple people came up and were like, hey, are you buying?
and then putting cards on the table for me to potentially look at to buy. I didn't really see anything too crazy that I wanted, but if I did have, more cash on hand, I could potentially have made an offer. And I think generally when you're doing deals, I do think you could probably get a better offer if there's tangible cash on hand and not just like saying the same amount through Venmo. Also, mistake I made, I will not ever rent a case again. I think the case fee was like $50. You can just buy it. I could have bought a case for $50. Now, granted, you have to store it, right? And if you don't have a lot of room, you don't like junk, you got to store that in the closet for, the next time you use it. But I probably will be doing this again. So buying a case would have saved me, money in the long term instead of renting it out from them. Also, the hassle of trying to get it from them was a little annoying and wasted time. So I definitely would not rent a case from the card show that you're setting up at. Also, and this is very probably specific, but it's something that I wish I had that I didn't bring. I don't know how to get good video of these shows or how to even potentially live stream. I think would be fun. I don't know how to do that. That is definitely something I wish that I had or that I could do that I didn't do. And I am really trying to troubleshoot that because I think it would be great fun for you guys. It would be fun for the people, that are talking at the booth with us at the table. Something to think about in the future. There's a lot of problems there, honestly, and it's going to be pretty difficult to kind of get what I'm envisioning. But I do think it's possible, and that's definitely something that I wish I had that I didn't bring. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, think about joining the BAT crew. All that stuff helps so much, man. And if you like these UFC card videos, you are going to like my channel. So check out these other videos over here and subscribe for more content just like this.